Okay, so this video is geared towards someone who is brand new to crypto and who has no idea about how to buy this, how to set it up, and how to get to the other side of it, so that you can get this bot, get it to start making money and start seeing results, right? So first things first, you would need a crypto wallet. So you can go to a website like Phantom, and then you can download it from there, and then you eventually have a browser wallet, which looks like this, right? And then once you have the wallet, the next step is to fund the wallet. And you can fund it directly from within the wallet. So you can press the buy button and you can go and, type in Solana, and then you can say, let's say $500 worth of Solana. And then you have an option to choose your provider. So whoever gives you the best rate is the one who you should choose, and which the app chooses by default. And then you press buy, and then you go through the checkout process, and then you basically go and fund your wallet with some cryptocurrency in it, right? And then after that, you got to make sure that you have a Discord account. If you have a Discord account which is very noisy, which has like a bunch of unnecessary notifications, um, then I would recommend you open a brand new Discord account for this purchase, because um, you're not going to regret that in the long run, because Discord is a major part of uh, your wealth journey. So you'll have your social network there, you'll have access to a lot of services there, and it's going to be something which really complements the core bot, in the terms that bot takes care of the money side of things, while the Discord takes care of everything else, right? And so in that way it should be sacred, right? It's like, if you walk into a temple, right, you don't walk in drunk and high and like, you know like blazed out with like, all of this sort of, you know like crazy music playing in your mind and in the background. um, Different paces have different weight to it, right? So um, that's what I would recommend. But again, like, if you're brand new, you can obviously open a Discord account, and so with that, you're pretty much ready to go. And then you just click on the subscription which you want to buy, and then you basically connect your wallet. So you know and then you log in with Discord, and so you just got to authorize it on the Discord where you want to get the access to the server. And then you can choose what you want to pay with, right? So let's say if you just bought Solana, then you can choose Solana here, right? If you bought like something else, USDT, then you can choose that here, right? If you downloaded MetaMask instead of Phantom, right? So you want to pay in Ethereum, you can choose that as well. And um, yeah, maybe you might have to log in with Discord again, but that's how you do it, right? Okay, so in Ethereum, the different like different subchains, and Base is like one of them. And so you can go to Polygon, you can pay via Bitcoin as well. um, I think every time you pay via a different currency, it would want you to log in again, because this is a subscription payment, right? So that's why they maybe require this, because they're going to ask you for the billing later on. So authorize. Yeah. So now with this said, I'm just gonna go over like a bit of the fields. So you got to give your full name here. Uh, Hopefully your legal full name. Then the email address is super important, because this is what's going to be, carried on with your licensing and with your billing and so on. Select your country, select your address. And in terms of affiliate name, if you have an affiliate who's helped you make this purchase, or who's referred to you or the website. You can obviously put their name in. Obviously, you can't put your own name in as the affiliate and get a 20% discount. That's against the rules. So each affiliate payment is like validated manually. So we will look into all of it. And so that's it. And as soon as you pay, you would get immediate access to the Discord, and then you'd get a link to download the PDF, the onboarding video, and the actual strategy code, right? And then you have instructions in the PDF on how to activate the strategy, and you can again watch the onboarding video as well to get a brief idea of it. And so with that said, if you're buying this from your phone, then it's the same process, right? You just click buy. Hopefully, you have the Phantom app downloaded on your phone. Hopefully, it's funded, and then you just make the purchase, right? Something important to keep in mind is that there are many people who like hackers or unscrupulous characters, right? So they would try to like scam you out of your money. And so for that, to protect yourself, you should always look at the domain of the website which you're making a purchase from. So as of now, we're only dealing with .cash domains, right? We're not dealing with .com, we're not dealing with .io. And so, always look at your browser's navigation section here and see if it's magicmoney.cash slash whatever, something, name of your product, right? So that's point one. And point two is to always keep in mind is that um, we are using Helio for payment gateway. So, always check the name of the domain is app.hell.io/x/smmr, whatever the name of the strategy is, right? For example, this is Sublime MRR Starter. Then you have a code word here, right? SMMRS monthly. And so just make sure that this here matches this one, right? And that just somewhat makes sense with the name of the strategy. And so always look at these two domains before making a purchase, because it's super important, because some hacker might just put you in a false website or redirect you to like a false checkout page, and then they might steal your money if you go to the wrong website. So with that said, you're pretty much done, and you can go and make your purchase. But I'm still going to continue this video for users who want to dive in the more advanced versions, because there's some strategies which are quite expensive. And so, for example, if you're planning to buy Sublime MRR Elite, which is expensive, but it's also like in the highest yielding, um, then I would highly recommend that you buy hardware wallets as well, right? Uh, I recommend you buy a hardware wallet anyways, right? But especially if you're going to be dealing with these high ticket strategies, right? Because we don't want you to sort of lose your funds or have it be stolen in some way. And then after that, I'd also recommend you download this other wallet called Argent, right? And the thing about Argent wallet is that it has this feature called Guardians, right? And so before you sort of send the transaction or you send money away from your wallet to someone else, your guardians have to validate that transaction before you do it, right? So in this way, you create additional security around yourself, right? Because if someone has you at gunpoint and they're just telling you to send them your crypto, uh, if you had a hardware wallet, or if you had the software wallet, you could plug it in and you could do it, right? Because life depends on it. But if you had a Guardian wallet, then you'll have to call up your lawyer, you'll have to call up your parents, have to call up a significant other, you'll have to tell them to validate this, and you can have a code word saying that Ethereum is too cold today, or something like that, to inform them that you're in danger, and then they can just call the cops on you, or just burst in and you have a backup security protocol to help you out. And also the crazy thing about this wallet is that if you have like a lot of wealth in crypto, because in the future we'll have like pure crypto bots as well, right? So you're going to be building up wealth in crypto anyways, so might as well have your basics right. Um, then it's super important that you diversify your risk as well, right? So for many people, who are dealing with a lot of money and who have trust issues, who can't trust the people around them, who can't trust someone else to be their guardian, you can always buy a bunch of hardware wallets as your guardians, and you can always buy a bunch of storage units across the world in various banks, or even in various places if you own properties across the world. And you can store these hardware wallets across the world so that if you have to make an insanely large transaction, like let's say 8 figures or 9 figures, then you literally have to go on a world tour and acquire these pieces of hardware wallets to then validate the guardian signatures for that major transaction. And so that's also one way to protect yourself. And although I told you about easily buying it from the Phantom app when it comes to funding your crypto wallet, I'd also tell you, like, to start off with crypto exchanges, right? Because I'm guessing if you're going to buy it from the wallet itself, you still have to do KYC. It's still going to take some time. Um, and so the thing about buying it from the exchange is that you get the best possible rate, right? And I'm a big believer in being pound wise and penny foolish, right? So when it comes to big things, when it comes to money, I'm very sort of, I'm always trying to get the best deal, right? When it comes to like trivial things, like let's say, like, um, let's say a better sort of like suit or like, a better like, you know, phone or something like that, then I'm always like, I'm not that worried about the expense. So when you're dealing with big things, it's always good to get the best deal because that's where your money is coming from, right? And so you could like open an account in these exchanges and then get the best possible bang for your buck. And let's say buy a bunch of crypto at the dip, right? And then as the dip starts rising, you start paying off the monthly subscriptions, and amount of capital gains which you receive, sort of offsets the cost of the subscription at one level. So at the end of the day, you end up keeping more of your money in that way, right? So if you're in this for the long run, which I'm pretty sure you will, because this is the only product I know of in the market which pays you to subscribe to it, right? You get more money out of it than what you put into it. And this is not just slightly more, right? It's literally um, designed to beat all the asset classes which are there right now. Right? 40% returns per year, 3.3, 4% returns per month, monthly recurring cash flow guaranteed. This is greater than any real estate investment out there, greater than any fixed deposit out there, no hedge fund promises like fixed like income in this way at this level. And so I'm guessing you're going to be hooked at one point, so you might as well get your foundations right and uh, get an account in these exchanges to be sure of future payments, and you can play a lot of these cryptocurrency hedging game as well. You're going to be part of the Discord anyway, so we'll have discussions about that, and at the end of the day, you end up keeping more of your money. Who knows? If you're playing the crypto game correctly, then you're literally paying zero for subscription because that's the amount of money which you make anyways. But we'll get to that later on. Um, Something else to say is that if the crypto exchanges are banned in your country, then you can try buying it from your credit card. So you can use a service like Change Now, or you can use like inbuilt sort of credit card services like MoonPay and so on, which is in your crypto wallets. Um, and so exchange would be priority number one, and then quick buying would be like via credit cards or debit cards. But then let's say if all of that is blocked for you, right? You can't buy from the crypto exchange because it's blocked in your country. You can't buy from credit card because the banking system in your country hates crypto and flags those transactions, and none of them goes through. And you're frustrated, and you still want to try this product, but there's no way on earth you can acquire crypto. Then you can always go to a marketplace like Paxful, where you can literally buy crypto via a peer-to-peer exchange with someone else in your country who owns it, right? Or someone else in some other country who owns it, and you can use a payment method like, for example, if you're in India, right, you can use UPI to buy crypto of someone, and then you have crypto, right? You don't need to use your debit card. You don't need to involve the bank in any official way, like where bank transfers to exchanges or where credit card purchases to exchanges. You can literally like have this peer-to-peer marketplace, and you can be like, hey, I'm sending you this money, you can send me this crypto as well, right? Um, and I don't know, maybe there are crypto meetups in your place, maybe there are Facebook groups, maybe you can meet someone in person and pay cash for it, or have like the over-the-counter sales. But again, like, be a bit careful, right? Like, don't go and like, fall into like some trap of like some mafia person who just said, oh, well, you want to pay cash for crypto. Well, cash, I meant kidneys, right? So, you know, don't fall for things like that, right? Just keep it cool. But and worst case scenario, you can always reach out to us over the messaging chat. You can be like, hey, I have the money, I want to try this out, and all of these things, but nowhere in hell I can get access to crypto, right? You can just send us PayPal and we will send you crypto. Like, why not? Um, and so, yeah, hopefully that sheds a lot of light on the entire product and the entire purchase and how to protect yourself in the future. And I just look forward to, welcoming you on the other side of it. And if you have any other questions, queries, just this is where you reach out to us, right? Just chat with us, type whatever you have in your mind, and hopefully someone is going to be there to respond to you ASAP. I wish you the best, and I hope to see you on the other side.